Everybody, Rich with Prep U down here in the bunker with another video. I've had a couple people want me to do this video because things are changing with FOID and CCL cards and stuff like that, and with the Modernization Act. Hard to say. Words are hard. Doing videos are hard sometimes too. But anyhow, so what this video is going to do is going to show you some of the changes that are in effect now and some of the changes that are coming for person-to-person transfer. That's what we're really going to key in on this video. But what I want to do is I want to go over the FOID Act first. I just want to hit some of the highlights of stuff that you should know is already going on, and you may have questions about it, which you could ask me questions after this. After you see this video, you can send me back some questions. And also, see the bubble? It says subscribe right here. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. We really appreciate it. If you have questions, ask questions. We get back to you right away. Take a look at our playlists that have a lot of videos about FOID and CCL and different laws and stuff like that. Specifically, well, a lot in the state of Illinois. This video is state of Illinois. We do other states also. But also look at our playlist for new shooters, look at our playlist for going to the range, indoor and outdoor. But we have all kinds of really good videos in the different playlists. Some are multiple. But heck, you can just go to my playlist and hit play all and just sit there and be entertained all day. And take a look at some of the people that are advertising on our channel also. So without further ado, let's get into this. So what I want to do first is I want to go over, just highlight some of the stuff of the 2021. It started in 2022. Firearm changes for the state of Illinois. Most of these, if not all of these, most of these started January 1, 2022. So you are already being governed by some of the changes we're going to talk about. As you all know, and there's all kinds of talk about this, Illinois has consolidated the FOID and CCL. Okay, they're going to look the same. What's going to happen is there's no dates on them, and there's no expiration dates on them, and you just get one. What's the difference is if you are a CCL holder, in the upper right hand corner, the indicator is going to say CCL. If you're not a CCL holder, it's going to say FOID. All right, like I said, there are no dates, doesn't have an expiration date, but for purposes of paying the state, oh yes, there's an expiration date, and we'll talk about that down the road here. So if you, upper right hand corner of the license, it will say CCL. Single firearm owner identification card will take care of take in place of the previous FOID and concealed carry card. No expiration date, but you'll find an expiration date on your portal. If you don't have a portal or space on the portal for the ISP under the Fire Service Bureau, get one, because that's how you're going to keep up to date on what's going on with your expiration dates. All right. So since these haven't had, and some of you that bought ammunition recently with the new cards, all the FFLs that sell ammo or whatever now have to run your card number through a authorization for firearm and for ammo. So new cards will no longer have dates. So new procedures have been added for the sale of ammunition. Ammunition sellers will be required to log into the ISP website, input your FOID number, and verify that the FOID is still valid before selling ammunition. Now, this is only required if you don't have the old. If you still have the old FOID card and it's got an expiration date on it, they don't have to do it because they know that your card is good. So, but if you have a new card, it doesn't have an expiration date, expect when you go to buy ammo, they're going to take your FOID card with no expiration date only, and they're going to run it through the system to make sure that your FOID card slash CCL card is valid. State police said that eventually everyone will receive a replacement FOID card. All right. They started issuing them on January 1st, 2022. Some people are saying, "Oh, I got one, then I got another one," and if your expiration date on your FOID came up before they got a chance to get to you with the new FOID, you're going to get a card with an expiration date. Then you're going to get another card with no expiration date. Keep the one with no expiration date. Actually, keep them all. I keep them all. I put them away. I put them in my safe just to have them. You only have to carry the newest one that doesn't have an expiration date on it. But remember, they started January 1st, 2022, sending them out. They said everyone should receive them as soon as possible. There are 2.5 million registered gun owners in the state of Illinois that have FOID cards. And that would mean that if they would get every single person with a FOID card, they'd have to be sending out 11,000 new FOID cards a day. So sit back, be patient, check your portal. If you aren't on the portal, like I said, set up the portal, you get an account in there, and you can kind of keep track of what's going on. That's one of the ways you're going to find out when your FOID money is due and when your CCL relicensing is due, the 3-hour class, and also the $150. Okay, that's how you're going to find it. You also can, since they're not going to be doing, and I think it says here further on, I might bring it up again, but I don't want to miss it, since they're not using the United States Postal Service to send you a notification, what they're going to do is they want you to sign up for text and email notifications. Okay, they're going to want to save a bunch of money by not going through the post office. They send it to you right away. Remember, when you go to sign up again, when you go to your portal, it's going to tell you it's due. It's going to, a little blue thing is going to pop up that says renew. Okay. If that doesn't pop up, you don't have to worry about it, because that pops up, I want to say 90 days before it's due. But I do want, especially you CCL holders, as soon as you are getting close, take your CCL refresher course, because they're filling up. The range I work at, they're full all the time. Okay, because we're not offering that many, because it takes down half our range when we do the class. But there's all kinds of other places that you can get your refresher course in. All right, other things that happen with the FOID Modernization Act. There's now a stolen gun database, which you and I can access. So if somebody's trying to sell you a firearm, you can go to that and you can look up the serial number and see if it's stolen or not. What you do from there is totally up to you. All right. But you can find out if it's stolen or not. So the Illinois State Police, also under the law, no longer revoke concealed carry license if you forget to renew your FOID card, which is good, because some people were saying, my FOID card's no good, now my CCL is no good. Well, it's not going to happen. But you shouldn't have to worry about that if just go to your portal one time a month, okay? Or take your phone and go to your portal, find out when your date of expiration is, put it in your phone as a reminder. Put it on a calendar, my kitty calendar that I get from my daughter for Christmas every year, of her cat. Just keep up on that. That should never happen to you if you're keeping up and going. One of the things that they can do, I don't know if they've really gone very far, is electronic FOID cards. I don't know how far along that is. I haven't seen it. I don't work the range counter or the sales floor. I'm in the range, so I haven't seen it. But like I said, they're moving away from paper notifications via the USPS, and now you can just opt in for electronic notifications via email and or text, and you just log into your portal at ispfsb.com. That's ispfsb.com, and go to your portal. If you don't have a portal yet, make a portal. It's just so much nicer with that. A couple other things that's behind the new law we talked about before in other videos is more funding for new task force that has been established by the Illinois State Police. It will work with local police that once your CCL void is void or revoked, they now have the funds and the manpower to come get your firearms. So they're going to work in conjunction with local law enforcement for the purpose of revocations and confiscations of firearms for people whose FOID or concealed carry license have been revoked. There you go. All right, what's one of the reasons they could do it? Protective orders. Okay, they can revoke your cards and get your firearms, but remember, you do have the option to transfer those firearms to somebody else that has a FOID card, a valid FOID card, and they can hold them for you. You can also transfer them to an FFL. The time span to do all this is a little wonky because I don't think they're going to, if they're coming to revoke your card, they're not going to say, okay, we'll be back in 3 days to make sure you did it. Although I think it's a 48-hour, you have technically 36 hours and all that. I'd have to read the law. Look at some of my other video on revocation times and how much time you have to transfer it. So another thing is the Illinois State Police may now cancel a FOID card or a concealed carry in lieu of revocation. That's just cancel it. It's no good anymore. I don't know if it's going to be the same thing. I don't think they're going to come confiscate it, because the number one reason why they would cancel it is if you moved out of state. Moved out of state, you didn't turn it in, you forgot about it. The last thing on your mind is, I got to turn my FOID CCL card in because I don't live in the state of Illinois anymore. I moved to a state that doesn't have FOID cards. So that basically it's expected to reduce the number of revocations, because if you think about it, it's a lot of manpower, a lot of information, and it really puts the police officers in a very precarious position of coming to somebody's house and say, your FOID card is revoked, can we see your firearms? Okay, so that's really kind of important that they just cancel them. Also, there is a new appeal process coming for FOID cards, just like for CCL cards. There's a whole process on the computer. All these are documents for appeals, and I've talked to a lot of you about some of you being denied FOID cards, some of you losing your FOID cards due to whatever reasons, and I've pointed you toward the Fire Service Bureau's site on ISP to look at the paperwork there. There's all different ways to do it and how to get action. I tell most people, if you had a lawyer, contact that lawyer and say, well, find out why my FOID card got revoked. Or if I wasn't charged, was it expunged from my record? And does the state police know that or not? So now it comes to some future changes to the Illinois gun law. And this goes back to like the Solomon case, on the prohibition to carry in Cook County forest preserves. If you remember that, that's over with. A judge said, no, you can't keep people from carrying in Cook County forest preserves. And this goes, back to November of 21. And he put a 6-month stay on it. So it's over with. It's March 1st. So if you still don't think you can carry in Cook County Forest Preserves, you can carry in Cook County Forest Preserves per the judge's orders. This didn't affect any other county forest preserves in the state, just Cook County Forest Preserves. But he found that to be unconstitutional. And by March 15th, 2022, everything was said and done, and you can carry. So if you remember hearing about that for people in Cook County or in the collar counties of Cook County, don't worry about it anymore. It's done. Fingerprints. They had a lot of stuff about fingerprints. Obviously, if you have a CCL, your fingerprints are down there. But it also gave an option for FOID card people to submit their fingerprints. Basically, what that did is if you submitted your fingerprints, you went into the automatic renewal process, which means you could just, if your fingerprints were there, you just go online and automatic renew it, pay your money, and you're good to go. If you didn't have your fingerprints on, you had to go through the whole process, okay, of submitting it and being cleared and all that kind of stuff. Something coming in January 1st, 2023 is the formal FOID review board that's similar to the CCL review board, which is really nice. All that paperwork is online, like I said before, and it automatically gets submitted to the review board. And if you look at the law, it kind of shows the makeup of the board, how the board works, how often it meets, and by reading the law, you can also learn a lot. All right, the major one, and that's what we're talking about here with the person-to-person transfer that we're going to talk about right now. January 1st, 2024, you can no longer do sales person-to-person without going through an FFL facility. There's be new paperwork coming out. As we get closer to 2024, I'll have more information about that. But as of right now, you can still do person-to-person transfers just like you did before. I'm going to show you real quick on here what I'm talking about. I hope you can see when we do this. Sometimes the camera and the computer don't link up and we have a problem. So all sales starting in 2024 will be required to be facilitated at a gun dealer as a middleman. So that's 2024. So buy all your firearms now, or transfer all your firearms now. So let me get this swung around here. Let's see what happens and see if I goof this up or not. And of course, as I'm doing this, the computer screen goes out. But it's not going to be a great picture here. I really don't think. But let's see. Let's see if we can get here. Let's see. I suppose I can make it smaller or larger or whatever. But let's see. I think we can just do it this way. Let's see what happens. And that's not the channel we wanted. The Illinois State Police. I'm sorry. Wrong laptop. This one doesn't have touch. So here is the Illinois State Police website. You can kind of see it. Hopefully you can see it well. And then you're just going to go over here to FOID CCL right there. Going to click on that. And then Firearm Services. And this lists all the different things, public notices and stuff like that. So then you're going to go back over to the right, and there's a spot here. Can you see that? It says person-to-person transfer. All right. Below that is ammunition transfer. Ammunition transfer, person-to-person transfer. But if you go to person-to-person transfer, here is they both go to the same thing. I don't know why it's like that. Maybe because, who knows? I'm not going to guess. All right, so this is 430 Illinois CS 65-3A, the code. And this is section where it says no person may knowingly transfer or cause to be transferred any firearm, ammunition, stun gun, or taser to any person within the state unless the transferee with whom he deals with displays either a current FOID card or a current valid concealed carry card. And then it goes on to a little bit more stuff. And then what happens is you have this acknowledgement. You go down a little further. It says to determine the validity of FOID card for a transferee to receive a transfer approval number, please enter your seller's FOID card number and date of birth. Now this paperwork you have to keep for 10 years. Okay. So what are you transferring? There was a time when there were gun dealers buying ammunition from people, which I thought was weird because, okay, you got to go out and buy it again. You're not going to get like a great price for it if you're going to sell it. But, it's up to you. So what we're just going to do is we're just going to click on firearm. And this is what you're going to find. All right. There's a spot here for transfer does not possess a FOID card. Okay, whatever. This is the seller or transferee's number. So the FOID number, sale date, first name, middle name, last name, email address, firearm make, and all that kind of stuff. So you'll have the seller's information, then the buyer's information, then the confirmation. And if the confirmation goes through, then you're going to get a printable confirmation number you'll hold on to. And you'll have all this information. The state has all this information. And I know what you're saying right now. You're saying, but Rich, this, oh, and then you got to tell them you're not a robot. So, but anyhow, that's all it really is. And then if you go back, if you just clicked on ammunition, the buyer's information and the confirmation. So firearm, you need both. Ammunition, just whoever's buying it or you're selling it to, okay? And then you get, their FOID, their date of birth, and then you'll hit next, and then you'll get your confirmation. This will turn gold over here, get your confirmation, and I'll be happy and everything. So it really is still pretty simple. I mean, it's not a big deal to do it. In 2024, it's going to be totally different. Obviously, you're going to have to go into an FFL and do it. So transfer now. This includes anybody, family members, friends, and stuff like that. And there was some talk that there could be an issue, like if you lent a firearm to somebody to go hunting. I don't know where they're at with that. I don't know what's going on. I think they're really up in the air by that, and maybe there's some determination that I haven't heard about. Lending a firearm. Or saying, hey, Steve, I can't find any 30-06. I'm going hunting next weekend. Do you have any? Sure. Don't sell it to him. Give it to him and have him buy some later and give it back to you. And just be sure you both got FUD cards or whatever. It's just make it as legal as possible. I had another point, but of course it went out of my little mind and it's gone. So there you go. As of right now, through the 31st of December 2023, you're good. Transfers are fine. You still got to do the process. We talked about this in the last video. That's what you're going to have to do for now. And please, beyond the person-to-person transfer, set up your portal if you haven't with the Illinois State Police, because everything's there. If you want to know when your card expires, since there's no expiration date on it, and when you have to send more money, when you have to get ready for your 3-hour refresher course for your CCL, that's how you're going to get it, by setting up your portal and then setting up email and text notifications from the ISP, the Firearm Service Bureau. So that's it. I hope this was a little bit informative. If I glossed over something, or if I missed something, quite possible. If I wasn't clear about something, please don't take the chance of you not hearing right, me being wrong, or whatever. Email me, and I'll be honest with you. A lot of the questions that I get, you can answer by going to the frequently asked questions section at the ISP and FOIDs, CCLs, and other and stuff, and appeals. If you need an appeal, please go look at the appeal process at the Illinois State Police. I can help you navigate through that. I've helped other people navigate, and it's been pretty good for them. So there's always that weird case that even I go, wait, what? They did what? So, and that's where attorneys really come in handy. If you ever have a case where you think you might, lose your FOID card or whatever, you might want to get an attorney that's dual certified. Now, not dual certified, but has knowledge in both whatever happened to you and whatever's going to happen to you with your FOID card. So that is it. Other than there's just a please subscribe bubble And there's the bubble that says ring the bell for instant notification. But please go to my channel, take a look at the other videos. And a lot of guys tell me, Rich, you're a prepper. Why do you do so much stuff with firearms? Well, once you have all this stuff, you need to protect all this stuff. And that's really important. And once you have the items to protect yourself, you have to protect yourself that you can keep that stuff. All right. It's domino effect, but backwards. So that's why there's a lot of 2A stuff on here, a lot of legislation news and stuff like that. Um, what you won't see is a ranting video about anything. The doomsday stuff. I'm not gonna do doomsday stuff for all of you, because I know all of you are excellently prepared. So no matter what comes down the pipe, I don't have to go, God, what's gonna happen? All that kind of good stuff. So thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna get done because this is a kind of a long video, but I think it's a really important video. And as more stuff comes down the pipe, we will give you more information on FUD CCLs so you can keep informed, so you can stay up with the law and everything. So thank you. And like we always say, remember, always be aware of your surroundings, no matter where you're at, no matter what time of the day is at. Always have enough food to shelter in place and bug out. And please, 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 prep like your life depends on it, because it really does. Thanks a lot. Take care. See you next time.